Hi, this is Andrea, and this is Without the Bollocks. And today, we thought we'd use this platform to share some fairly significant news. But first, I would like to introduce you to the love of my life. This is Steve Johnson.
No? Oh, me?
Yeah.
Right, okay, yes.
Oh, you're so funny, aren't you? And,
That's best.
and versus drinking red wine, we're drinking our holiday beverage of choice, which is Cointreau. And Steve?
Let me tell you, if you're ever in the tropics, Cointreau is what you need.
It is. Doesn't give you hangovers at all.
Not at all.
And Steve's suggestion...
Especially after a bottle or so on the first night.
Yes, that was pretty rough the next day. And you were quite right that we should have bought 2 bottles.
Absolutely.
So anyway, so today we thought we'd share some news. Big change coming up. That
Well, we need to... Where are we?
Oh, right now.
Where are we right now?
We're at the Marriott Vacation Club in Phuket. We have still not signed up for a deal. And we've been coming here since 2003, so...
At some point they're going to cotton on to the fact that the 4 free nights a year is not getting us over the line.
Yeah. As a salesperson...
Until then, let's keep it quiet.
But as a salesperson, what do you think? How do you think they're feeling about us as prospects?
Oh, I think we say all the right things.
We do.
Give out all the right buying signals, but just never close. As a salesperson, we're probably the most frustrating there is. Anyway, sorry, Bill Marriott. We will buy something, maybe. Or
Well,
maybe not. But why are we in Phuket? Sorry. Or is it Phuket?
No, well that's the thing. I think we need to ask the Thai people, Phuket or Phuket. And then we need to say cup.
Yes.
At the end of everything. Cup.
Cup.
Yep. So anyway, so the reason we're here is because there's a school in Phuket called United World College, and they run a program called the Arrowsmith program. And a few years ago now I read a book by Barbara Arrowsmith, and it's titled The Woman Who Changed Her Brain. And she basically had all sorts of challenges, things like she'd meet somebody, turn around 2 seconds later, see them again and not remember who they were. And she did some research and basically worked out ways of retraining her brain so that she could overcome these challenges. And she's launched a program. And when I first read about it, at the time there were no Arrowsmith opportunities in Asia. There were some in Australia, but still, for some reason, I'm just not ready to move home to Australia. And so Lex recently got rejected from another school.
So Lex is our eldest son.
Yeah, so I've talked about Lex a lot in my blogs, and obviously probably our family and friends will be the one who watch this video, right?
Yeah, so he's 10 years old, bless him. Love of my life.
And he's an amazing kid, but he just doesn't test well. And every time he goes into a school environment, they run a whole series of tests. It looks like he's just not capable of excelling in a school environment, and we know it's not true. And every school that does accept him, beyond the test, they all adore him, they all love him, they love what he can do. But the overarching challenge that continues to come up is that it doesn't matter what we're tackling or trying to address with him. So this year we've been really focused on helping him with auditory processing issues. And it's not the disorder, it's issues. But still it's not coming together, and we're just like, we're running out of ideas, and we've gotten to the point where the schooling system in Singapore, we don't believe that there's anywhere that Lex can go that's going to really, really help him. So a couple of weeks ago, Steve brought Lex to Phuket. He did an assessment at UWC, United World College, and they have accepted him. And so basically from the beginning of October, the whole family is going to be moving to Phuket, and we're going to get a fairly magnificent house, we've decided, haven't we?
Yes.
Well, not yet. And we're going to put Lex in the Arrowsmith system, and Jax will go to the same school, which will be awesome, because we've wanted him to go to school for a long time together. We hope, I won't say pray because we don't do that, but we just hope that we've made a lot of
We
decisions.
don't need to. Your mum will do it for us.
That's true. That's very true. We hope it's the right decision. I have no doubts. Do you have doubts?
I have like the occasional sort of wobbly moment. You know, it's a big change, and in some ways, it's, you know, everyone's kind of settled. Andrew's business is doing really well, and I'm doing okay, and
He's still kicking my ass.
younger lad is doing well at the school that he goes to, so he says. But then when we start looking at it, you know, maybe it's time for a change, and, you know, Thailand represents challenges, but it's also very nice. So I
think the important point to point out is that this is actually not the first time we've tried to move to Thailand. What was your favourite memory of moving to Thailand?
Oh, I've probably been chased by
Phuket.
the rabid dogs.
Yeah?
Yeah, they were fun.
I think mine was when Jaxie got electrocuted within the first week.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't remember that because you made me touch it to see what it was we were dealing with. So I was in so much pain I actually couldn't remember it.
Yeah, you're such
Thanks
a good
for that.
dad.
Yeah,
I also love the
Such
fact
an
that
idiot.
neither of the boys did a solid shit the whole time we were here. That was good.
that was good.
What else?
Oh, every car ride was an adventure.
Oh, yeah.
It was always pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But look, it's not the moving here. I mean, for those of you who have been here to Phuket recently, and for those of us who've lived in the region for a long time, watched it kind of grow, and the frenzy around real estate has now gone. It's kind of settled down, and it's actually a cool little place. There's some great restaurants and some great restaurants and some really nice hotels, and the arse has kind of fallen out of the property market, which makes it nice. But
Has it?
it's not.
Yeah.
But it's not. The moving isn't the big thing. It's the challenges. It's the decision making that goes around it. So your business is doing very well. Probably the worst time to leave.
Yeah, but you know, we've always said we just need an airport and a good internet connection. We can work anywhere. So the problem is we tried it in 2009.
Got one of them anyway. We've got an airport.
In 2009 we tried it, and we were just a little bit too early for that.
Yeah, that's all right.
To be a possible dream at the time. So we've got no delusions, certainly, about moving. I'm looking forward to moving to a part of the world where there's still a large amount of development that needs to happen. So, you know, it's not as pristine and clean and bright and shiny.
Right.
I'm also looking forward to having the most magnificent collection of caftans on the planet.
Right.
And you're looking forward to updating your current portfolio of quality branded singlets, aren't you, Darls?
All genuine, of course.
Yeah.
All genuine, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
But yes, so going for a walk, obviously you won't be able to get more than 5 steps without Andrea popping into a shop that sells something the same as the one next door to it. But we'll keep going back and we'll go back as forwards and check it out. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to the boys going to a school where there's 450 students from 62 different nationalities. 62.
Yeah.
So I really like that.
And
I think that would be a good thing for them.
And the social sort of aspect of the school, you know, we read a lot of mission statements from international schools that tell us what they're going to do for our kids, and we don't really believe them, do we? Whereas when I read the mission and values, the work that UWC is doing, how many children?
I don't know how many, but
a large portion of kids are scholarship, and they're outstanding students in very, very developing countries that are brought in to the school.
they're picked as community leaders, and they might
awesome.
even be community leaders at the age of like 13 or 14. So
that exposure for the boys, it's going to be awesome, right?
I think it's good. A non-for-profit type like establishment. So I think that'll be good. I think that'll be good for the boys.
But then, you know, the school was built by a guy whose son went through the Aerosmith system, right? So the school was built by a dad who was sick of schools not taking his son.
Mm.
And guess what? That's what we've been going through.
Mm.
So just
difference
knowing
is
that.
the difference is we didn't actually have the we didn't have the readies to build a school.
Mm. That would have been a little bit
This guy
challenging.
did.
And
so
he did it.
He's not short of a few quid. So
Yeah. And that's his son is now an associate in the Arrowsmith program, so he'll be helping Lexi. So I think that's really cool, and I love that. So yeah, from the boys' perspective, I think that I suppose we're about to move into a slightly more hippie lifestyle, but we'll be able to wash our hair every day.
yes,
Cause
it's good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm going to wash both of mine.
Yeah, and by the way,
Oh yeah, absolutely don't lie, mate.
a very important consideration. I'm quite pleased with how my hair. It might not look that good now because I did have a bit of a sweat fest today.
I didn't notice, love.
Didn't notice. No. House viewing in Phuket. Oh, it's pretty hot.
It's great. Those houses that have been closed up for 6 months.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, okay.
Yeah.
So prospective landlords. Here's a tip: if you have people come round, turn on the AC.
Just get there 30 minutes earlier. Turn on the AC.
Because guess what? They don't want to stampede out the door as we have been doing for the last 2 days because you can't breathe.
Yeah.
Because you've got 6-month-old stale air that's in the apartment.
They're mouldy.
It's been baked with a little bit of mildew and stuff. So yeah, no, I didn't notice at all. But sorry, you were saying what's happening with your hair?
No, it's still.
And then I'll share my hair experiences.
Yes, I was in Manila last week, and my hair it was just so fluffy and.
Oh, I hate it when it does.
I know, but all these people are taking photos with me, and my hair's all fluffy and flat. It's like, ugh.
And it's interesting because we're in Sri Lanka, and your hair just looked like you'd been putting your head in a chip pan. It was just like.
Thanks, Dulce. That's nice. That's nice. Was that when I went to breakfast before I had a shower?
Or just generally for the whole 3 weeks. Sorry, didn't you notice that?
Yeah.
Well, it was,
I mean,
it was a busy time.
But it must be great being married to someone like me. He's talking about my shopping, right? I'm actually not a shopper, am I? I'm not a shopper. I mean, when I shop, but I'm in out, right? But when I'm on holidays, I like to have a little bit of a shop.
Yes.
So living here, I'm not going to be out there shopping every day, am I? I mean, I'm still busy because we're going to be keeping an apartment in Singapore. So I'm going to be the one that's going to be in and out, right? You're the one. You'll be.
Sure, you'll find a way.
You'll be the stay-at-home dad. What to shop?
Yeah.
Does. He's the luckiest man in the world. He spends more on his hair than I do, which you can probably tell. Right?
Rubbish.
So yeah, so we're moving, and how are you feeling about it all?
I think we're both sort of pretty committed because we've got a pretty good driving force behind the main reason for doing it. We're sort of trying to thread the pieces together of when we do it, how we do the move. We've got pets in the mix. We've got Auntie Vic to consider, and all those kind of things. So, and then we've got visas and school enrolments and bits and pieces. So it's all a little bit daunting.
So,
and Angie's really helping. She's jumping on a plane on Saturday and buggering off to Australia.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Yeah.
And leaving me with 4 feral boys for a sleepover. Sorry, 2 feral boys for a sleepover and 2 adorable little fellas who are going to come round and try and survive the night with R2. And then we're all going to the Monster Jam.
And I'm getting off the plane and going to Monster Jam. Yeah.
But I will be at the Monster. I'll be at the pier party.
Ellie will be with you though.
Yes. It's going to be great.
But there is something that I think has been sort of pretty interesting about this experience. So one of the things that you discover as you get older, boys and girls, is that you don't give a fuck about a lot of things anymore. You just say, this is how I do things, and you can all fuck off, right? And it's a glorious part of getting older. And it is actually a part that I like. But one of the things that's really interesting Steve's thinking, where's she going with this one?
Yeah, right.
One of the really interesting things about
So when did you start doing it? Did you say the last couple of years?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have noticed that I'm giving slightly less of a fuck than I used to, right?
Right.
Anyway, but one of the things that's really interesting is that the way Steve needs to do things and the way I need to do things is actually quite different.
Unbelievable, right?
So we sat down the other day and I said, right, I need to map out a big picture plan from this point to this point, right, this point to this point. That point is us being in our home in Phuket and all of those little bits and pieces that need to happen in between, including all the dates where we're already committed to go and do things in some other part of the world, right? So Steve's like, oh, I don't want to do that. I'm like, no, you need to understand that's how I need to do it. And so we've actually been having a couple of blues, and that's in Australian slang for fights. and the main reason is the way Steve needs to go about getting prepared for something and the way I need to go about getting prepared for something are actually as different as they can be.
Oh, I don't know.
And so we've had to agree.
No.
We have had to agree.
I don't know about that. I mean, I think we both go about it from similar ways. You just go about it from a different fucking planet. So Andrew's idea is, let's A to B, yeah, that looks good, pick a day, yeah, we'll all be there by then. And then the bits in between of giving notice to the landlord, the schools, and switching over services, moving to a new apartment in Singapore and doing the same, that's all stuff that Steve can sort of run around and take care of and stuff. Whereas I like to try and sort of go, okay, so what can we do? As opposed to, sort of a bit of kumbaya, tree hugging and put it out to the atmosphere or whatever you fucking do. It's like, well, how much money's in the bank? How much time have we got? Anyway, we usually agree on some sort of form of middle ground, and what usually happens is the original Andrew plan kind of gets tempered back, as this one has done a couple of times, because a little thing called logic.
No, I'm very logical stuff. No, so Steve just...
So I didn't want to tell you I told you so. But I did tell you so.
So the interesting thing is, if I can come from a big picture perspective, I can compromise on the details. But Steve wants to start with the details, and so it's been...
Because it's the details
that
that define what happens.
And I'm happy with the details.
I can't believe we're arguing about this. This is our debut. This is our coming out party.
Yeah,
this is our
But it's true. It's true. We don't fight a lot, but
we don't.
Jesus Christ, moving
when it
countries,
comes to planning, she's fucked, and I'm on it.
He's fucked. Yeah. So we're a very happily married couple. But I've got to tell you something. Moving countries, fuck.
Oh.
Jesus, hard work. Especially.
So I won't do it with you, love.
Well, is it? I think we get there at the end, right?
Of course we do.
It's
never about a destination. It's always the journey.
He's so wise, that one, isn't he?
Excellent.
It's inspirational.
I read that somewhere.
Should we do a meme?
Back of a Nutri-Grain packet.
Should we do a meme, do you think?
Or do. Or what? What?
Anyway, no, I just snort. He doesn't know what a meme is. So, anyway, Steve lives in a different world to me.
Yes, planet Earth. That's me, planet Zog. An anti-Trump land. It's really very sad.
Donald Trump is an arsehole.
Don't say that, because the boys are starting to do it.
They've never said that one.
Yes, they have.
They haven't said Donald Trump is an arsehole. They just said I hate him.
I hate that Donald Trump. I'm going to kill him.
Nothing to do with me. They've been saying it from the day he was elected, and we'd never talked to them about it.
Sorry, card-carrying Republicans. Sorry about that.
I'm not really. Fucking idiots. It's bloody ridiculous what's going on. Anyway, it's not a political conversation. So there you go. That is our big news. We will be keeping an apartment in Singapore. I expect to be back there every second week, if not in another country. And Steve will be mainly here or travelling elsewhere, right? You won't be
Hang on a
here.
minute, every second week.
That's pretty much what I'm probably going to have to do.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
When were you going to tell me about that?
I already did. You just pretending, eh?
Used to me, love. So I should have first dibs on where we live here, because you're not going to hardly be here, so I'll be
Yeah, you got dibs.
some like a fraction of a dib.
Well, you're choosing the car, remember?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She's a control freak. She's a control.
So we have a deal. I don't give a shit what car we drive as long as it's red.
Until you see one you like, and then go, oh, can we get one of those? So it's not quite as
something's breaking on the
straightforward as
BBC.
that.
No,
So,
no. I'm like, whatever happens, happens. So, what's happening on the BBC? South Africa's president.
Jacob Zuma has survived
What?
the vote of no confidence.
Ooh.
It's a bit like, you obviously had enough money to pay everybody off, so that's good.
Yeah.
So that's all right then.
All right. So there you go, guys. Friends, family. We are planning to get a fairly spectacular home, and half of you bastards, or in fact 3/4 of you bastards, never came to visit us in Singapore.
Oh, you'll all turn up now,
Yeah,
won't you?
exactly.
Right. You'll all turn up. Oh, Stephen Andrew, we've got a pool and everything. Yeah,
Free
right.
accommodation. Don't
Yeah.
expect us to be a taxi service.
Yes.
Yeah, you can get yourself around.
Yeah, too right.
And we'll be working, right? So, yeah.
I will be.
Come on. I think I'm busier.
Andrew will be doing her computer stuff.
Yeah. I'll be writing memes.
If you say so, they're the dudes in the black and white.
So this is Andrea Edwards without the bollocks.
And her meme.
And my meme. The love of my life, Mr. Steve Johnson. Or
With
Mr.
the bollocks.
Or Mr. Edwards sometimes when we were away.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah,
Thanks for that.
Yeah. Did you like someone meeting me the other day saying, oh, apparently you're very famous in Singapore.
I just threaded that in, didn't you? So, all right, so tell the story.
No.
So Angie's feeling pretty pleased with herself because someone met her yesterday and said, I
Googled you.
I Googled you. You came up. Someone told me you were famous. You were a famous star in Singapore. Clearly demented.
Yeah.
And
you're such a supportive husband.
and so he Googled on the, like, I don't know, Divvies R Us website or something like that, and you came up, so that's great.
I've invested a fair bit in my SEO.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
Is that like similar to like a CEO? Is it like a chief?
Yeah.
Is that like a senior executive officer?
Yeah.
As opposed to a
If
chief
that's,
executive
if that's what you
officer?
need it to be.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So signing off from Phuket, soon to be our home.
Internet stuff will never take off.
Yeah. All right.
Just the World Wide Web, the internet.
Yeah,
Never going
right.
to take it.
Artificial intelligence not going to happen. Mark Zuckerberg doesn't know anything about it.
Oh, it's just, mate, what are you talking about? It's just an FBI tool.
Yeah.
Just to track us, see what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yes, apparently.
So stay safe, kids.
Are we really signing off now?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we've been boring people shitless by now, surely.
But they're probably waiting for me to say something.
What?
But just, I don't know, something to break
Anything?
up. Something to break up the monotony. George,
So anyway,
me.
all these years I've been running my blogs and doing lots of stuff. This has been a very tolerant, very supportive husband. He's not an Instagram husband, so he doesn't have to spend his life taking photos of me posing in front of shit, because that's not who I am. But he does things like he takes the boys out and endures their annoyingness for an afternoon, so I can sit down and write a blog or something.
See this? The few hairs I do have, white. White. They used to be this colour.
Bloody kids, right? And by the way, I have started to discover a couple of greys. Can you see them? Can you see them?
I think they're white. White's
oh,
cool.
I'm not going grey. I'm going white.
White's cool. Do like a bit of a stripe, bit of a Morticia look.
We're doing all right, aren't we? You know.
Doing our best.
And the adventure continues.
Yes.
Stay tuned. More from us at some point. Whenever you feel...
Whenever we open another bottle of Contra.
Yeah, which will be in a couple of days.
Absolutely.
Alright.
Alright, howdy folks. Take care. Be safe.
You can read my palm if you like. If I got a long life, short life.
Got an annoying hand.
Thanks. Well,
No worries.
you don't mind it sometimes. Oh, sorry.
Oh, my Cat, make sure you watch this.
No, sorry, that was really funny.
I'm glad you think so.
Oh, I'm not going to stop now.
No.
Bye.
No, can you snort again? That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love you, bud.
Love you too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.